Hey viewers, and welcome back to Fairyland Studio. If you saw my last video, you remember this garden gate painting. I loved how it turned out, so I thought, let's paint another. For the first layer, I always use more water. I make my acrylics very thin and watery, almost like watercolors. This helps the color spread softly and it doesn't damage the paper. I'm just using a big flat brush with a lot of water and a little bit of blue and green with white, and covering the whole sky area very lightly. At this stage, it looks kind of worse. The colors are messy and nothing is clear yet. But if you are a beginner, in start, every painting goes through an ugly phase. You just have to trust the process and keep layering. And one more thing I learned, you don't have to copy the reference exactly. It's your painting. Now, I am starting to add some depth over that soft background. For this, I'm using less water and a little more paint, and I'm dabbing it with a small brush, not stroking. This makes those leafy, textured shadows. See how I am leaving some of the light blue background showing? That's the trick. Don't cover everything. Just take your time with this part. Small details make the whole painting come alive. Moving to the other side of the sketchbook now. I'm doing the exact same thing here, a soft wash with more water, because I want both pages to feel connected, like one big dream. Quick tip, when you paint across two pages, paint both backgrounds together first. If you complete one page and then start the other, the colors will never match. I'm just letting this blue flow lightly, keeping the fountain area white for now, so the light can shine through later. Now, for this part, I'm adding the base green. This is just the first layer, so I'm not worried about details at all. I'm using a mix of olive green with a little yellow, and I'm just blocking in the shapes, like where the bushes and trees will be. No perfect lines, just rough shapes. Tip, if your green looks too bright, just add a tiny touch of your background blue to it. Okay, so now I'm painting these little arches. I am still just blocking in the base green color. I've noticed whenever I paint at night, the painting automatically looks more peaceful. Maybe because I'm more calm at that time? I don't know. I just put on some soft music and forget everything. I'm keeping my brush a little dry here so it gives that rough old building texture. If you press too hard, the color becomes too dark, so just lightly tap it. Now, coming back to this little tree and adding some details. I'm taking a darker green, almost black, and I'm adding it only on one side. This will be the shadow side, so the tree doesn't look flat. Don't add too much detail, just a few darker strokes. In gouache, less is more. The more you touch it, the more muddy it gets. Adding more details to this tree now, just some darker lines to make it look old and magical. Honestly, I imagine this garden is from a forgotten fairy tale, like a secret place where a prince and princess meet at midnight. Now, I'm working around this old pavilion. I want it to look like a forgotten fairy tale building covered in moss, using a darker green mixed with brown foreshadows under the arches, leaving the yellow part for light. I'm adding thin vines over it so it feels connected to the forest, like nature has taken over. Imagine this is where the couple first met on a rainy evening, hiding here. Now working on the lower part of this tree. I'm using a dry brush technique here, just dragging the green downwards so it looks like old bark with moss hanging. Tip, don't wash your brush too much. The leftover darker color from the top will automatically create a shadow at the bottom. This makes the tree look taller and more realistic without extra work. Now, for these tiny lily pads, I'm just dotting light green. They don't need to be perfect. The more random they are, the more real they look, like they are actually floating on water. Now, adding highlights on this top tree. I'm using a light yellow-green with almost no water, just tapping with the tip of my brush. See these little dotted lights? They make it look like moonlight is filtering through leaves. Now, I'm adding depth to this big tree on dark green, almost black, and adding it on the edge of the trunk. This creates shadow and makes the tree look round, not flat. Always add shadow on one side only. If you add on both sides, the depth disappears. Okay, so now I'm finally painting the couple. I'm starting with the darkest values first, like their silhouettes, so I know where they stand. While their outline is still wet, I'm quickly adding soft blue and green in the background behind them, so it all blends like a misty forest. Tip: paint the characters and the background behind them together, otherwise they will look cut out and pasted. To this tree and the ground. I'm adding little texture to the trunk with a dry brush, just vertical strokes. For the floor, I'm mixing brown and yellow for that old path look. Leave some white of the paper visible on the path. It becomes sunlight hitting the ground. Adding more wild grass at the bottom to